So the other day over on my Instagram, I had asked you guys, what kind of videos would you like to see? Now, I had to filter through a couple of questionable ones, but to my surprise, I actually got a couple good requests and feedbacks on the type of videos that you guys want to see. So one of the popular videos that I noticed was a breakdown on how much money I spend in a typical month. So in this video, we're going to do a breakdown on how much money I spend in a month as a content creator, business owner, and a young entrepreneur. Make sure you stick till the very end of the video because towards the end, you'll get a better idea on how much I spend on everyday things like my rent, how much I pay for my truck every month, and even things like how much a typical creator should be spending. Now I'm going to use last month's August statements from my credit cards to give you guys a better idea of this. We're going to do a deep dive by actually going into my actual statements, so I can't be faking any of this, and just to give you guys an idea on what I spend. I'm not exactly sure why these type of videos are so fascinating, but I know as a content creator myself, I love watching these type of videos on how much people spend in a week or in a month, so let's just get right into it. Now, the way I have this split up is I have my business monthly expenses, I have my cost of living, and then I also have 3 credit card statements that I'm going to show you. So these 3 credit cards are going to be my American Express Gold card, my American Express Personal Platinum, and my American Express Business Platinum card. Although I have about 14 other credit cards in my arsenal, these are generally the ones that I spend on a consistent basis. I do put spend on those other cards, but they're going to be other smaller transactions that you guys will see listed in my monthly expenses. So this is how I have everything set up for August 2020. On my American Express Personal Platinum card, I actually spent $878 for that month. Now, we have a little graph here. I spent a majority of my money on this card on merchandise and supplies. This is my personal card, and none of this is considered a business expense. So most of this would generally be things like fishing stuff, or it would be things like clothes, or things like the hotel I stayed at. So that is what I did for my Platinum card. And the next card I'm going to show you guys is my American Express Business Platinum card as well. So for my American Express Business Platinum card, I actually spent a total of $1,321.75. This report right here is all considered a business expense for me, and whenever I'm meeting up with some other YouTube friends I have, other content creators or business owners, and we're talking about business, I will usually use my Business Platinum card on the expenses for that. So Kushi Sushi is a place I went to with a couple buddies. I actually went to Topgolf as well with a couple other creators, and you guys will see I spent $190 on B&H. This category should actually be a lot more. So for the past month of August, I will usually reinvest my money into the business, like buying things like a new computer, the new MacBook, or setting up my microphone system, or things like a new camera setup. And this is actually what I invested in towards the month of August, but you'll only see one charge $190. This is one memory card I had. I actually spent a total of close to $7,000, $6,800 to be exact, on the brand new EOS R5 and also the 15 to 35 millimeter lens. The issue is I had no idea that they were going to be back ordered, so it's been about a month since I placed the order. They just shipped the lens. I have no idea when I'll actually get the new body camera, but if we included that, my monthly expenses would definitely be out of the ordinary. But as you guys can tell, they didn't process the orders yet, and I think hopefully in September, that's when the rest of the charges will hit. But I did get a pre-authorization charge. They just haven't fully charged me because it hasn't shipped yet. So camera equipment, Blade HQ is just some camera tools that I have. Wandered is another company that I'm planning to do a review on. It's a little fanny pack I got, but I wanted to make some more lifestyle content. So I got this to just try out for this month and see if it's going to be useful. Ted's Bulletin is another restaurant I ate out at, and drop.com is a website where you can pick up limited edition gear. I will use this for things like my keyboard setup, which I obviously use for work, and other subscriptions like MusicBed, which is what I use to get copyright-free music. I have to pay every single month for a subscription like that. Generally, it's $50 a month, but the American Express Small Business Credit was applied to this because somehow they're considered a small business, and I was able to save $5 off this charge. I got a Block food hall in Rockville, Maryland, and I also got my Dell computer sale. So for the Dell computer sale, I actually spent like $300, but pretty interesting enough, I bought these headphones, which I think are about $400. They were on sale for $300. Then I had my Dell credit, and then I had some extra credits applied, and then I used my Ebates discount. So pretty much what I had was a $400 headphone, and I only spent like $32 on it. And those are some of the things that many of my OG viewers will know: how to save money, how to get deals, how to maximize rewards on your credit cards. And these are the things you can get. You can get a $400 headphone for $30. So this is how much I spent pretty much on my business platinum, and I will add everything up towards the end of the video. As you guys can see, this is my daily driver, my American Express Gold card, and this is what I will use generally on food. So for most of these places, it's really just going to be food. For GameStop, I'm not sure why I used my Gold card instead of my platinum card, but I guess I just did. At GameStop, that's the only outlier I have on this card that I didn't get my full benefit from. Generally, all the rest of these purchases should count as 4x because they were all restaurants and they were all places to eat out at and supermarkets. So I spent about $1,400 in food for this month as well. I've been working out a lot more since the gyms reopened in my state, and during this time, I've never lived on my own before, and I have a lot more flexibility with what I control and how I spend my money when I go grocery shopping. So I've been buying a lot more quality foods. I've been buying a lot more organic stuff. I don't know if I feel better. I don't know if I'm going to live a couple years longer. But to me, I think when you're able to create these extra forms of income and you have the money to do it and you want to invest in yourself in these aspects, go ahead. I know bodybuilders that spend so much money on food every month, and to me, this is something I don't want to cheap out on. And previously in the past, I just couldn't afford to eat out well. So now I go to the back to get some steak every week, or I get organic salmon if I try to. I try to stay away from the farmed stuff, and generally I will try to shop at more healthier places. Harris Teeter is just your typical supermarket, a little bit above, I believe, than Giant or Safeway, but I'll go to places like Mom's and pick up some chicken there. But generally, this is how much I am also spending in this category. So those are my three main credit cards. But like I said, I also get a lot of deductions straight from my bank account towards things like my rent or my car payments, insurance, and things like that. So I actually created a little Notion template that I will show you guys right here on how I spend the rest of my money. These really just supply me in my own day-to-days and some of the businesses that I run outside of YouTube. So it helps me a lot in trying to grow my brand, diversify my revenue stream. Ecamm Live, if I want to have a live stream on YouTube, I want the best technology to be able to stream. So I'll pay that type of monthly fee. I don't want to have any copyright strikes on my YouTube channel. 50, 60 bucks, whatever they charge is quite a lot. It's the most out of all the things I use, but I will pay the extra fee in order to get music I like. Instead of getting all my videos flagged for copyright, I will pay this small fee. I think it's a great investment. Cost of living, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So inside of my apartment rent, I do have like how many times I flush my toilet, my water utilities, my electricity, everything gets included in there. So on average, it's about $2,500 more or less from that point, depending on how much I use my utilities. My Wi-Fi, I pay $40. I negotiated with Verizon when I first moved into here. I don't have the top speed Wi-Fi. Turns out you really don't need it if you have just one person using it. So I think I have like their medium tier package. If I ever want to upgrade, I'll go ahead and do that. But pretty much like credit cards, it works like in a way where if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. If you want a retention fee, if it's too much, you can downgrade. If I notice a lot of delay in my Wi-Fi, I would definitely invest in that without a doubt. But my Wi-Fi is pretty good in the area I live in, so I never really have to worry about that. The truck payment, it used to be a little bit more than $600 per month, but I actually refinanced it with PenFed. Made a video on this as well for my OGs. I was able to knock down the interest rate quite a bit. They offered me a very high interest rate because I'm self-employed. I am very young. I've never financed a vehicle before. So when you're trying to do that, a lot of banks don't want to accept you because you're higher, I would say higher risk. Although your boy's got a pretty excellent credit score, I guess none of that matters. if you're new, if you're trying to get a brand new vehicle, they will give you a rough time. That's what I learned, at least. So I eventually refinanced it with PenFed during this whole pandemic. That's the benefit. I was able to save a lot of money. They actually gave me like a $300-400 bonus, I think, as well. So saved money on that, brought it down. But as you guys know, I may be selling my vehicle. I'm looking at another one right now. So I don't mind increasing my monthly payment on my vehicle to around $1,000 to $1,200 based on the income I have and based on the lifestyle that I live. But I also want to be very careful because I do need to save up money for a mortgage in April, and I just want to be smarter with my finances. So those are my finances, and if we add up all the credit cards I mentioned earlier in the video, my cost of living, and then my additional business expenses, everything comes out to be around $7,000 or $6,917 per month to be exact. Now, I mentioned this before. This is my script down below for the video. I mentioned this down before. I got a new camera. That probably isn't going to hit me until this month or next month when they ship it. And I also did give my mom a gift. I'm not going to include those in my monthly expenses because they are not ordinary at all. They're very like once in a lifetime type stuff. The camera I'm using right now, the Canon M50, I really haven't upgraded this since 2 or 3 years, and this is a $500 camera. So me making this jump, I should be more invested, more motivated. I will have the tools at hand in order to create the content I want. So this is really the expense that I don't mind paying. And plus, it's tax deductible because it's something that is absolutely necessary for my YouTube channel to get the best performance and to be able to make more money. So that really was my business expenses or my general monthly expenses that I spend for the month of August 2020. Now, I hope you guys are able to find some type of value from this video. Like always, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to gently just do this to the like button, just do a little one of these, and that seriously helps out the channel so much. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions, if I should be spending less, if I should be spending more, or what your honest opinions are. Thank you all so much for watching another video, and hopefully I get to see you guys in the next one. But in the meantime, peace out.